So Andy, I want to learn more. I'm all about it. So show me your project. Talk me about it.
Okay, so the first project I'm going to show you is something I do for iRacing, which is a game for racing cars. And this is all about sending telemetry to a Twitch extension. Now, when I first created it, I did that in WPF. And recently I've been moving that across to a Blazor Electron application. And then as soon as we get out of preview, I will be moving it to Blazor Maui application. But that's sort of where we're going with that. So if you can show me code now, Frank.
Yeah.
What we've got here is we have that WPF application. And if I start it up, what it does, it says, oh, I need to add you to Twitch. Once you're logged into Twitch, it'll tell you a few other things. So hang on. So as you saw there, it disappeared. And then we have this. So I am logged in as my iRacing account. It's part of this Twitch application. It tells you that the extension is not running and that iRacing is not running. Now, what I've done is that's all well and good. But what people wanted, they wanted to be able to display those overlays locally. And because the Twitch extension is HTML and CSS, I thought, hey, a Blazor application would be nice for that, because then I can make that same overlay that I use on the Twitch extension local and just have it within a window. Now, at the time, the easiest way to do that is Electron. So at this moment in time, we will load up the Blaztron app, is what I call it, because it's Blazor and Electron. You know, nice play on words there. So I'll just set that as a start project, and away we go. So as this loads up, what it is almost exactly the same as the previous one, where it asks you to log in and then you go into the actual application itself. This one may not ask you to log in because I've been working on it quite a lot recently. So there's the nice little splash screen. The application loads. I know we're in debug mode, so it does take a little bit of time. It initializes, does a few calls to Twitch, and almost exactly the same screen as we had before. So iRacing is not loaded. We haven't been connected to the telemetry, and the extension is not loaded. Now, the new bit is this overlays button, so that will become full screen on how many other screens you have, and you can move bits around and stuff like that. Oh. So this is where I've been working on and moving towards recently. So that's that application. Of course, it's still running in tray, so we'll just remove that. So that's where we're sort of moving to. And then, of course, with Maui, that Electron gets replaced with the Maui side of things, but you still get the Blazor. So it's just the wrapper around it that I will be changing. That was part one, which I think is very much still a Windows, hey, here's the telemetry stuff that we're not going to be sort of using too much. And that telemetry gets sent to Twitch. Now, that is the bit that I'm going to show you next. We have a separate application over here, which is a little console application which actually connects to Forza and other games. So what I did last year was created a nice little package that can connect to iRacing, Forza Motorsport 7, Forza Horizon 4, now Forza Horizon 5 as well, and all the Formula 1 titles. 21 I haven't done yet, but I will do. And that is available up in the internet and on NuGet. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this console application. And if you can see on my Windows taskbar, you can see Forza down in the bottom there. And at the moment, this is the data that we get. We're not in a race, we're not in a car, we haven't got any class, or we're not in any particular drivetrain.
So let's like go. You're in the menu, yeah.
we're just. Oh, look at that! We are in the menu. So we get into the car, and instantly you can see we get acceleration, velocity information, positioning within the system, what gear we're in. If you can see at the top of the title bar there, we're in car 2188. So the car list is for all the past Forza and Forza Motorsports as well. So what happens is there's one accumulated car list. So I think Forza Horizon 5 has 570.
I don't know. I just started to play. I just have a few hundred. No, a few cars, but I don't know how many, but a lot.
Yes, so it has quite a lot of cars. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that across there and move this across here. Oh, again, we're in the menu again. And then what you can see is, let me try and reposition this. As you can see, accelerators at 100%, and then steering at 100 or minus 100 in the bottom right there. And then once we, way. I'm trying to do this on keyboard, so excuse the rather
We're not judging
driving.
the driving skills today.
As you can see, the gears going up. We're in 5th gear now. The RPMs changes. And then, of course, when we crash and inevitably go out to sea, we get replaced. So that's the data we're collecting from Forza. And what we are doing with that is actually pushing it out to Cosmos. So I'm just trying to find the right observer. So I disabled it temporarily. And what we're going to do is we're going to push it out to Cosmos DB. So what we're doing is every time we get data, which is, I believe, 60 times a second, we are collecting that data, transforming it a little bit, and then pushing out to a Cosmos row. And that is what I'm going to be using in the future for Twitch extensions or even session telemetry data. So you can see where you might have been on the map over a whole session. So it tracks your position using the GPS coordinates. So you could overlay every single track that you've been, and you could play it as if you were sort of playing it in real time, all sped up, etc.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you will be able to have some kind of a replay or something like that. Yes. Super interesting. Is it open source? People can find some parts online?
So the actual data you're seeing in the console application, that is done by a NuGet package that I created called Telemetry, and that is for all those games that I was discussing before. And then we have iRacing, which is IR SDK Sharp, which is the next one, and both those links are in the links below.
Notes. Wonderful. You know what? I'm sure people have tons of questions, so let's join them to see the question in the chat. Thank you.